Dear students, you must know this. Cos inverse of x is always a positive quantity and sin inverse of x is either positive or negative depending on the value of x. If you observe carefully, look at the graph of this. The graph of cos inverse of x is like this. That means to say, the graph is completely above x-axis. Right? When x is minus 1, it is pi. And the least value is when x is equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, it is 0. Cos inverse of 1 is 0. So, we can always say that cos inverse of x is a positive quantity. Right? Positive, rather you can use the word non-negative. There is a clear difference between positive and non-negative. Non-negative includes 0 also. And what about cos inverse of 1 minus x? Cos inverse of 1 minus x is also positive. Right? Now, using these two logic, let us discuss a question. The number of solutions of the equation cos inverse of 1 minus x plus m cos inverse of x is equal to n pi by 2, where m is positive, n is less than or equal to 0, is option A 0, option B 1, option C 2 and option D is infinite. Look at this, dear students. What is the domain of this function? 1 minus x must lie between minus 1 and plus 1. That means to say x lies between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1, cos inverse of 1 minus x is a positive quantity. Is that correct? Cos inverse of 1 minus x is a positive quantity and cos inverse of x is definitely a positive quantity. Into m we have, and it is given that m is positive. Therefore, cos inverse of 1 by x plus m cos inverse of x is clearly a positive quantity because this is positive, m is positive, cos inverse of x is positive. Sum of two numbers which are positive is clearly positive. Look at the right hand side, dear students. What we have? We have n pi by 2. N pi by 2. Do you agree with me? If n is negative, n into a constant is clearly negative. So, n pi by 2 is no doubt negative. What is the reason? Reason is n is a negative quantity. It is given. So, no positive quantity is equal to negative quantity. That clearly says number of solutions is 0. This problem looks like complicated one, but it is very, very, very easy. Got it, dear students? Please make a note of this. Dear students, graphical approach is the best approach in mathematics. Let us try to solve a problem using the graph. The question is, number of real solutions of x satisfying the equation 3 sin inverse of x plus pi x minus pi is equal to 0 is R. Option A 0, option B 1, option C 2 and option D is 3. If you observe carefully, 3 sin inverse of x is equal to pi minus pi x. Is that correct? This implies sin inverse of x is equal to pi minus pi x over 3 or pi by 3 minus pi by 3x. Is that correct? Now, let us draw the graph of sin inverse of x and pi by 3 minus pi x. So, the graph of sin inverse of x when it lies between minus 1 to plus 1 is a graph which is clearly like this. Now, this is y is equal to sin inverse of x. That is part 1. What is pi by 3 minus pi x? It meets y is equal to pi by 3 minus pi x, meets y axis at 0 comma pi by 3 and slope is minus pi by 3. So, minus pi by 3 is nearly minus 1 point something. So, that means to say slope must be like this. It is a negative slope. That means to say the graph meets the curve at one point and only 1 point. Therefore, this line meets this graph at only 1 point. Therefore, number of solutions is option B 1. The next problem is maximum value of cos x into cos x plus sin x is. Before talking about next problem, you should know this, dear students. Cos x plus sin x maximum value is root 2. Minimum value is minus root 2. Point number 1. Second important point is, if it is cos 2x plus sin 2x, then also maximum value is root 2 and minimum value is minus root 2. This you must know, dear students, before discussing this problem. Look at the question again. Options are root 2, 2, root 2 plus 1 by 2 and root 2 plus 1. So, if you take cos x inside, we will get cos square x plus, if I write cos x inside, we will get cos x into sin x. Is that correct? Let me multiply by 2 and divide by 2 here. Cos square x is given by half into 1 plus cos 2x. Is that correct? So, we can write it as half into 1 plus cos 2x. Now, can you tell me what is the numerator? Sin 2x. Sin 2x by 2. Assume we have already taken the 2 outside, so I can write it as sin 2x. Don't get confused here, dear students. It's a very simple logic. This is sin 2x by 2. This is half into 1 plus cos 2x. I have taken 1 by 2 outside. Now, what is the minimum value? Now, what is the minimum value of this? Minus root 2. What is the maximum value? Root 2. Therefore, the maximum value of this full function is 1 plus root 2 divided by 2. 1 plus root 2 divided by 2. Option C is correct. I hope, dear students, you have understood this. If sin A, cos A, tan A are in GP, then cos A must be equal to square root of sin A into tan A. Sin A into tan A means what? Sin square A by cos A. Is that correct? Using this logic, let us solve a problem. If sin A, cos A, tan A are in GP, then cos cube A plus cos square A is option A 1, option B 2, option C 4 and option D is root 2. Look at this, dear students. Cos square A is equal to product of sin A tan A, sin A into tan A. Is that correct? That is equal to sin A into sin A, sin A into tan A is sin A over cos A. Is that correct? So now multiply cos A to left hand side, we will get, if you multiply cos A to left hand side, we will get cos cube A is equal to sin square A. Therefore, cos cube A plus cos square A becomes cos cube A plus cos square A. What is cos cube A, dear students? Cos cube A is given by sin square A. As cos cube A is given by sin square A, this is sin square A plus cos square A. What is sin square A plus cos square A? That is equal to 1. Therefore, option A is correct, dear students. Understood this? Please make a note of this. If A is square root of sin 2 minus sin root 3 and B is square root of cos 2 minus cos root 3, which of the following is true? A greater than B, A less than B, either A or B is complex, or both A and B are complex. Dear students, you should know this. If I say A greater than B or A less than B, that clearly says A and B must be real. Now, there is a difference between sin 2 and sin 3. Sin 2 is positive, sin 3 is negative. Is it true? That you can analyze in graphical method only. Remember, dear students, if I say sine 2, I am talking about sine of 2 radians and not sine 2 degrees. There is a clear difference between radian measurement and degree measurement. You would have observed this, students saying sine 30, sine 60, sine 90. So that is wrong notation. It should be sine 30 degree, sine 60 degree and sine 90 degree. And moreover, people will say pi by 3 is equal to 60. That is also wrong. Pi by 3 radians is equal to 60 degrees. This is the actual mathematics language. Coming back to the question, we have sine 2 minus sine root 3. Let me draw the graph of sine function. Clearly, I am drawing the graph of sine function which is towards right side of y-axis only. Now, I am drawing the graph between 0 and pi. Pi means nearly 3.14 or 22 by 7, and this is 1.57, nearly, not exactly, dear students. Root 3 is a number lesser than 2. Do you agree with me? Therefore, clearly, somewhere here we will get root 3. So the corresponding value is this. This is sine of root 3. Do you agree with me? So where is our 2? This is 2, right? And this is sine of 2. This value is sine of 2. Now can you tell me which is bigger, sine root 3 or sine 2? Sine root 3 is definitely bigger than sine 2. Even though root 3 is less than 2, sine root 3 is bigger than sine 2. That clearly says sine 2 minus sine root 3 is a negative quantity. Do you agree with me? Therefore, sine 2 minus sine root 3 is less than 0. What is square root of a number which is less than 0? Square root of a number which is less than 0 means it's a negative quantity. Sine 2 minus sine root 3 is a negative quantity. That means to say a is square root of negative number. Therefore, it is complex. See, more precise word is, dear students, more precise word is imaginary, but I am writing complex. The next one is cos 2 minus cos root 3. Once again, let us draw the graph of cos x and analyze. I hope you will agree with me. Cos x graph is clearly like this. Is that correct? So this is pi by 2 and this is pi, right? So I am just drawing it. Is that correct? No, where is our 2 and root 3? If you observe carefully, this is 1.57. So this is root 3, right? And this is cos root 3. And this is 2. And this is cos 2. Once again, cos 2 is lesser than cos root 3. Even though root 3 is negative, cos root 3 is negative, cos root 3 is more positive than cos 2. That means to say, that clearly says, cos 2 minus cos root 3 is negative quantity. And therefore, root of negative number, that is equal to complex. So therefore, both A is complex and B, which is equal to root of negative number, that is also complex. A is complex, B is complex, therefore option D is correct. I hope, dear students, you have understood this. Negative, that is complex. Got it? Please make a note of this. Application of derivatives chapter is usually considered as a lengthy chapter. Usually, students treat these questions from this particular chapter are lengthy. But actually, if you use shortcuts in application of derivatives, you can definitely do miracles. You can expect around 3 to 4 questions from this particular topic, and this is one of the easiest topic in the entire mathematics of Karnataka CET. And I hope you have studied well for your 12th standard, you did well. And I hope the performance is good, and I hope that you know the basics of the application of derivatives, like the formulae for finding out the tangent, like y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, y minus y1 is equal to minus 1 by m into x minus x1 as a normal, angle of intersection between the curves, that is tan theta is equal to magnitude of m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2, increasing function, decreasing function, where f dash of x is positive and f dash of x is negative respectively, and the maxima minima and rate measurer concepts. And I hope you know the basics of Rolle's theorem and other mean value theorems. And I hope you know the concepts of errors and approximations also. If not, it is not a very big issue. Try to learn the concepts while I am explaining the problems. Dear students, my expectation from you is you must have the list of all the formulae, first thing, and second thing is avoid using mobile while watching the program, and very importantly, don't change the channel till the program is over. Here I have selected some tough problems taken from various entrance exams like Karnataka CET, Andhra CET, and few problems from JEEs. And I am trying to develop a new method here which should be helpful for you in cracking Karnataka CET with 100% perfection. And I have been telling you this, students, maybe since 7-8 episodes, you should not spend more than 30 minutes to complete all questions of Karnataka CET with perfection. Once again, we will be talking more of the shortcuts than the traditional methods. And I know you are very good at traditional methods. There are many books in the market, including NCERT, where you will have a traditional method of solving. We will be adapting a method which is completely different from what is there in the textbook. If I say textbook, that doesn't mean only NCERT. I am talking about other author books also. Concentrate properly, learn properly, dear students. Let us start with the first question. The first question is like this. If m is slope of tangent to the curve e power y is equal to 1 plus x square, then mod m greater than 1, mod m less than 1, m greater than 0, m less than 0. Dear students, what is slope of the tangent? Of course, you must be aware of this. There is dy by dx. We are talking about dy by dx. Here, I can change the question as dy by dx, mod dy by dx greater than 0, less than 1, greater than 1 and all. But anyway, look at the question. M is slope of the tangent to the curve. E power y is equal to 1 plus x square. This implies what, dear students? Differentiate with respect to x. E power y into y dash is equal to 2x. Do you agree with me? So, what is y dash? Y dash is equal to 2 power x divided by e power y. Do you agree with me? That is 2 power x divided by 1 plus x square. Where did you get this 1 plus x square? E power y is equal to 1 plus x square. Now, dear students, can we talk about 2x by 1 plus x square? 2x plus divided by 1 plus x square, this is a function. And I'll call this as m because m is equal to dy by dx. Now, the value of m is decided by 2x by 1 plus x square. Can you relate 2x and 1 plus x square? Concentrate properly. Look at this. 1 plus x square divided by 2 is always greater than or equal to root of 1 into x square. Where did you get this? Where did you get this, dear students? AM of two numbers is greater than or equal to GM of two numbers. So, 1 plus x square is greater than or equal to root of x square, that is equal to x. 1 plus x square greater than or equal to x, or 1 plus x square divided by 2x. 1 plus x square divided by 2x. X square divided by 2x is greater than or equal to 1. So in this case they have given only greater than and lesser than, so I'll write greater than 1. Do you agree with me? If 1 plus x square is greater than 1, then what is 2x by 1 plus x square? 2x divided by 1 plus x square is less than 1. Do you agree with me? Right? So mod of this is definitely less than 1. So that clearly says, so this is greater than 1. Therefore mod m is less than 1. Do you agree with me? This, if you put modulus both these sides, you will get it. You have to just write the reverse of it, because 2x by 1 plus x square is less than 1. Understood this? Therefore option B is correct. Mod m is less than 1. That means to say it is a fraction. Got it? Please make a note of this.